everyone, welcome back to my astrology channel. So this video is the February 2022 forecast for all the 12 zodiac sign. Now I just want to begin with saying that February 2022 is going to be different from January 2022 on many levels. Now in the month of January we had two retrogrades, two planets were retrograde, Mercury and Venus. So the energy was a bit depleted. It was not a great month for many of us. We felt overwhelmed, overstretched, and just things not really going the way we want to go, and the achievements and the progress that we want to make was kind of held back and not moving forward at the speed or where we want to go. Now in the month of February it's a little bit more hopeful because the planetary energies are much more harmonious to each other in the month of February. Now the month of February has definitely got a lot more potential to make quick progress and to get wherever you want to get, because the month begins with the new moon in Aquarius. Now Aquarius is a sign of progress, logical thinking, moving forward, freedom and all that. So new moon here is definitely bringing new energy, the fresh starts in these matters. So we will be a little bit more hopeful, a bit more seeking freedom in whichever area, wherever Aquarius sits in your chart. So it's going to be definitely a lot more constructive thinking, progressive thinking, and even innovative thinking, because Aquarius is about thinking outside the box. So if things are not moving forward for you, you're feeling stuck in any area of your life, you may think outside the box and be a little bit more logical and just be guided by your higher mind to make progress. And it's also the sign of community mentality, crowd mentality, social mentality. So all these things coming together in a community to make things happen, or getting together in an organization or with friends, or just networking and connecting with people to make progress is definitely the theme of this month. Now there's going to be a lot of Capricorn emphasis as well in the month of February. Now January 2022 already had a lot of Capricorn emphasis, so that's going to continue in the February 2022, but it's a little bit more harmonious than it was in the month of January. Now we're going to have Mercury, Venus, Mars in the sign of Capricorn along with Pluto. So Mercury is going to be there only the first couple of weeks, and then it moves to the sign of Aquarius. But the first 2 weeks it is going to be there, and there is going to be a lot of emphasis on structures in life, overcoming structures, balancing, finding harmony, making better structure, having more discipline and moving forward with more constructive way of thinking, and more stabilizing ourselves, securing ourselves in terms of how the structures in life we have. And if there's anything limiting factor, restrictive factor in our life where the Capricorn sign sits in your chart, you will have more harmonious planetary energy to make those moves and find more balance in your wherever your Capricorn sign is. So there's going to be a lot of progressive, intense, harmonious as well kind of experiences in the month of February. So if you want to get things going, move things forward, really focus on the energies, the positive energies, and move forward, because this month is way better than what January 2022 was. And in the middle of the month, on the 16th of February, when there's a full moon in the sign of Leo, you will definitely be inclined to do things what you love, where your heart is. So Leo is led by the heart. It's about personal power. So you're definitely going to see some kind of fulfillment, or some kind of resolution, or positive energy, culminating kind of energy, illuminating kind of energy in your Leo matter, and in your own personal sense of your own self-expression, your personal sense of self. So February definitely has a lot more potential. So it's very important we are leading a more from a forward thinking and moving forward kind of energy. Use your intuition to make progress as well, because there's going to be Jupiter in Pisces influence as well in the month of February, and as it's moving towards Neptune in the month of March when it conjuncts. So there's a lot of sensitivity, creativity, artistic, and really leading from intuitive place as well, especially in the second half of the month of February, when Sun moves in the sign of Pisces, and it's a lot more Piscean energy. So the first half is going to be a lot more Aquarian energy with a lot more focus on logical thinking, progressive thinking, and the second half of February is a lot more depending on your intuition, being more sensitive, and looking at things from a more compassionate and overall kind of picture, because Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac, so it's also about healing. It's about finding closure. It's about ridding yourself from any kind of old self-deceiving, self-sabotaging patterns so that you can move on your path, your destiny, whatever that is. So let's begin with each of this sign and see how February 2022 is going to play out for each of the sign. So the first up is Aries. Aries, for you, the February 2022 is a lot about your social circle. It's about your community, your group projects, collaborations, your professional gains, your hopes and wishes. So there's a lot of focus on these matters in the month of February, along with your career matters as well, because there's still a lot of Capricorn emphasis in the month of February. Now the new moon on the 1st of Feb is going to give you these fresh start in your community matters, in your collaboration matters. So it's a really great time to approach these matters with fresh eyes, fresh perspective, and even join new groups or new organization if that's what you want, if what your existing situation is not helping you grow, is not progressive for you. This is a great time to set those intention and move in that direction of where you can gain professionally, where there's a group project you feel more attached to, more you connect with the cause more, and collaboration and social setting which is more harmonious, more beneficial for you, Aries. So it's really a great time to network and connect with your social group, even new social group, and really connect with something that you vibe with, basically. So definitely a great time. Now Aries, in the month of January, though there was a lot of emphasis on your career, but in the month of February is going to be completely different, because there's so much potential in your career, in you, to make these progress and have those professional gains as the new moon in Aquarius. So your 10th house and 11th house of profession and professional gains is highlighted, spotlighted this month. So it's a great time to set those intention and have those career move, see your career differently, your social setting differently, and see where things needs to be changed, what you want to achieve in your career matters, Aries. So Mercury, it was retrograde in the month of January. On the 3rd of Feb, it's going to go direct and in the sign of Capricorn in your 10th house. So it's a very busy time for you. It's a great time to begin those connecting, networking, professional networking during this time, after this time, because you may have felt a bit held back in terms of doing these things in the month of January. But now, since Mercury has gone direct, it's a great time to make those move, even on a mental level, on connecting level, in terms of contracts, negotiation, all these things is Mercury theme, and in Capricorn it's about related to your profession. So this is a very busy time and really great time for you to make those moves in connecting in professional gains. Now Mars and Venus is also in the sign of Capricorn in your 10th house. So you're trying to find a balance in your career matters. You're very enthusiastic, ambitious, and really goal oriented during this time, and you're really also very creatively driven and passionate about your career matters. You really want to move in that direction. You want that career growth, you want the professional responsibility. So first 2 weeks of February is great time to really get these things rolling, and you will see these energy. You will be so driven and enthusiastic to make these progress, and planetary energies are very aligned to help you achieve these goals as well. Now Aries, when the full moon in Leo occurs, it's your 5th house that's spotlighted. Now full moon is the culmination of something that you started 6 months ago. So something in terms of maybe solo project, creative projects, romance, love, something that probably started or the intention was put in the last 6 months. You may see some kind of resolution or culmination or fulfillment in the 5th house matters. So 5th house is also related to your children. So if something started in terms of your children, in the last few months, you may reach a resolution, or you may some kind of movement may happen in the 5th house matter on the 16th of February. Now in the second half of the month of February, Aries, there is a little bit more emphasis on your 2nd house matters, on your personal finance and your personal values. There is a continued emphasis on your career matters as well. So there is a career aspect and your money aspect is coming into play during this time, and it's a harmonious time. So it's a good time for growth in personal finances. So if you're reviewing how you're making money, is how you can make more money, and your value system attached to money matters as well. So all these things is spotlighted in the last couple of weeks of the month of February. Now there is going to be a Jupiter in the sign of Pisces sextiling Uranus in the sign of Taurus. Now Pisces is your 12th house and Taurus is your second house. When Jupiter comes in contact with Uranus in a positive way, this is a sextiling aspect, so it's a very supportive kind of energy. What you can expect is like a sudden turn of luck. So it's a kind of a lucky kind of aspect with Jupiter and Uranus, and it has suddenness in its nature because Uranus has this disruptive, sudden kind of energy, and Jupiter is about expansion. So there could be some kind of sudden luck in terms of your second house matter, your money matters, and because Jupiter is in your 12th house, it can lead to some kind of closure, ending to past pattern that's leading up to something financial gain. So maybe overall, I think maybe something career related, your group related, collaboration related, that you have released something that you were associating with, but now you've moved on to that because new moon in Aquarius is about connecting with new social group, new collaboration, and all this leads to financial gain. So that could be the theme for February. So look at your career matters, review it, look at your social groups, look at other collaborative energies, organization. If you're working in a big company, if you want to move to another company, you can set the intention at the beginning of the month, and by the end of the month or even going forward in the next few months, you can get some kind of result in terms of your money going up, your finances improving and enhancing. So definitely that's what the theme of February seems to be like for you, Aries. So overall, it's a good time, Aries. It's got a lot of potential. So you are focusing on the right things, on positive things, and making those movement forward, and being more forward thinking and logical and more innovative in your way, and also leading from a kind of a sensitive, compassionate, healing place, spiritual place for yourself, for your own benefit, Aries. So Aries, be innovative, be creative, be intuitive and inspiring to other people and to yourself, and your desire for financial freedom will come in due course. Taurus, for you, the month of February 2022 is all about believing in yourself. It's to believe in yourself, to believe in your personal power. So whatever you desire, Taurus, to achieve, to accomplish, the career growth, the professional gain, new experiences, traveling, education, learning, new encounters, new people coming into your life, all these are there in the month of February. It starts with your own mindset. It starts with you believing in yourself first. Now, Taurus, you are already going through such a major change in your life over the last few years, and since the North Node has moved in the sign of Taurus last month, in the month of January 2022, there's such a boost in your personal path, in your personal destiny, and all this is going to really keep moving. It's you will feel this energy for the next 18 months because Uranus and North Node is in your first house and is in the month of February as well. But the main focus on this month is your 9th house matter, because that's where your Capricorn sign sits, Taurus. Now 9th house is all about your new encounters, new experiences, new opportunities, new territories, things that you have not experienced before, matters that you want to try out but you have never experienced before, people you want to meet you have never interacted with before. This is all about you opening up your mind, exploring, and really taking the risk, basically, and believing in yourself this month, Taurus, most definitely. Now Aquarius is in your 10th house, where the new moon is going to occur on the 1st of Feb. So there's a new beginning in your career matters. So fresh start. So it's a time to really look at your career matters with fresh eyes, with a fresh perspective, and really set the intention for new beginnings in your career matters, Taurus. Now Mercury, Venus, and Mars, along with Pluto, is going to be in the sign of Capricorn in your 9th house for most of the month. The first 2 weeks Mercury is there, and the last 2 weeks it moves in the sign of Aquarius in your 10th house. So your life purpose, it's to do with your philosophy in life, the meaning in life, the meaning that you're searching in life for yourself, to find that purpose, to find your life purpose. So it's kind of coming full circle for you, Taurus. It's all about how you see your career, how you build your career, how you move up your career. And it's about you as well, how you see yourself, your personal path, your personal life purpose, life path. So this is all going through a major change. There's a major reboot happening in all these matters, especially in your sense of self, because you are seeing yourself differently. And it's a great time to bring in these energy in your life. And this starts with also your mindset, how you see things. So your belief system, how you value yourself, and how you experience new things, how you're open to new things. So ninth house is a lot about being open to new experience, not holding yourself back. When you're open to new experience, Taurus, that's the time when things happen. That's the time when new things happen, when stuck energies can be released, and you can move on to, you can build something new, something stronger, something something more progressive, something more freeing. So definitely career matters is a major focus going forward, because Saturn is in your 10th house since last year, and it's still there and going to be there in this whole year. So you're really rebuilding your career matters. You may be faced with difficulties, but ultimately it's going to give you rewards for the efforts that you will put in your career matter. So start with your mindset, your belief, and find a harmony in it, find a balance, because Mercury in your 9th house is going to make you very enthusiastic about and being open, and you're thinking about it as well, new experiences, education, learning, traveling is a major theme of 9th house. So if you can do some kind of traveling, or even learning or opening your mind to exploring, it's perfect time, because Venus, Mars is there as well. So you're definitely very driven for new opportunities, and you're very passionate, creative as well. You're looking at new opportunity in a different way compared to what you have been looking at before this time. Now Capricorn is your 9th house energy, so you're a little bit more conservative where it comes to new opportunity. You're not particularly open to new opportunities all the time, but during this time do put in that extra effort and believe in yourself to seek this new opportunity, and it will definitely benefit you. It will grow you. It will help your sense of self, your own how you see yourself, how you project yourself, and your career matters, your public image, your reputation. All that is going to get a boost just if you change your mindset and believe more in yourself, Taurus. Now on the 16th of February, there's a full moon occurring in the sign of Leo, which is your 4th house and your home and family matter. Now when full moon occurs in your 4th house, there's some kind of culmination, realization, fulfillment that comes about in that house matter. So your home matters, your sense of belonging, your home life, your emotional foundation, all that is going to, you can find a resolution or comfort, or some kind of upward movement, or some kind of culmination, realization in where you see your sense of belonging, security, stability. All this time is going to come to realization. So following this full moon, you will feel a stronger sense of belonging and stability, Taurus, most definitely. Now in the second half of the month of February, Taurus, there's going to be a little bit more emphasis on the Pisces aspect of life. So that's your 11th house, your social circle, your community mindset, your friend circle, organization, professional gains, your hopes and wishes, collaboration. All these things are spotlighted in the last couple of weeks of the month of February. So you are definitely more eager to collaborate differently, uniquely, bringing that unique energy, and you're leading all this from a more intuitive, inspiring, imaginative, and more artistic kind of place. Now Jupiter is in the sign of Pisces in your 11th house, and is going to form a very harmonious aspect with Uranus in the 1st house in your sign, Taurus. So Uranus is already rebooting your sense of self, and Jupiter in the sign of Pisces in the 11th house of your social group, your friend circle, is having such a harmonious aspect. So it's going to improve your sense of self through collaboration, and this is going to bring some kind of sudden benefit increase, enhancement in your social circle, in your collaboration, in your professional gains, in your hopes and wishes. So it occurs on the 17th of February, so it's a very lucky time generally for everyone. So for you, Taurus, it's your luck lies in being the unique self that you are and believing in yourself, and connecting with people, the right-minded people, like-minded people, who can help you grow in your career and, achieve those professional gains. So in the entire month of February, and especially the last 2 weeks, is a great time to really connect with people, new experiences, because old ways of doing things, old routine is not going to appeal to you anymore. You want new experiences. Old ways of doing things, old routine, old mindset is not going to appeal you anymore, and is not going to work for you as well. So Taurus, your luck really lies in new experiences, new social interactions, new collaboration, looking at things with a new mindset, new perspective, and not giving in to pressure, peer pressure, or old routines or things that is holding you back, basically. So definitely look at your entire life differently, and all aspects of life as well, in a new renewed way, Taurus. So Taurus, there's a lot of emphasis on you and on your growth, and you will find that popularity, that reputation that you're seeking. Now, North Node is in your sign, so it's about you. After 18 years, this is your time to really focus on yourself and achieve whatever you want to achieve. Don't hold yourself back most of it, because this time does not come back. It comes after every 18-19 years. So North Node in your first house, and Uranus there as well, with Jupiter in 11th house, forming such a harmonious aspect with Uranus. That's where your luck lies, in being your unique self. And professional gains will come, and your popularity will rise through yourself, through focusing on yourself, through looking at things differently, believing in yourself, and exploring and going on that new direction, being confident to go in that new direction as well. So take that leap of faith, Taurus, and you will definitely have good results in due course. Geminis, for you, the month of February 2022 is all about looking within yourself, looking at your own motivations, looking at your own experiences, and looking at where your growth lies, where your true growth lies, and to stretch your imagination and to be more inspiring towards yourself and towards others as well, and to really bring out, Geminis, what's truly in your heart, what you truly feel from inside, what your truth is, what you connect with. So this is all about you moving in that direction, in that psychological state, relationship with yourself, with your own mindset, with how you feel about yourself in terms of your your perspective, your beliefs, your intimate feelings, yourself, your intimate matters, whether it's finance related, relationship related. And to find your luck, Gemini, by being your unique self, by thinking outside the box, by connecting with your heart center and looking at your own motivations, your own experiences, and your own belief system, and your how you want to grow in all areas of life, especially focused on your career matters, Geminis. Now, Geminis, the last 18 months before January 2022, nodes were on your angle, on Gemini Sagittarius angle. So there was a lot of focus on relationship matters, relationship with yourself and relationship with others. Your interaction, you may have felt a bit held back or restricted in these matters, or you may have gone through a lot of changes in these matters as well, kind of turning point, transformation in your relationship matters. Now, Gemini, the month of February begins with a new moon in the sign of Aquarius in your 9th house. So when a new moon occurs in 9th house, it's time for fresh beginnings in the 9th house matter, which is new experiences, traveling, learning, exploring and expanding your mind, meeting new people and having new experiences, covering new territories. So any kind of old routines, old mindset is not going to work for you anymore. You won't be satisfied with that, because you are seeking these new experiences. So it's a great time to set those intentions for your learning needs, your traveling needs, exploration needs, whatever that is. It's a good time to set those intentions and really move towards your 9th house matter, and set these intentions maybe for the next 6 months. Maybe it's a good time to plan a vacation, or or something you want to learn, maybe education program or something new, or some subject you're interested, or if you want to write, publish, whatever that might be. It's a good time to set those intentions. Now, Gemini, there's a lot of emphasis on the Capricorn sign in the month of February as well, because Mercury, Venus and Mars is in the sign of Capricorn in the first 2 weeks, and Mercury then moves out of Capricorn, moves into Aquarius in the middle of the month, but Venus and Mars will continue to be in the Capricorn sign and meets up with Pluto later on. So there's a lot of Capricorn emphasis, and Capricorn is your 8th house, which is about joint resources, it's about intimacy, it's about social finance, it's about your own mindset, your psychology, how you see, your own motivations. So with this emphasis on your 8th house, you may feel concerned with how you are valued by other people, and how you're coming across to other people, because the 8th house is about shared value and also how others see your value. So there might be some kind of concern regarding this, because Mars in your 8th house during this time can bring some kind of impatience and just concern regarding how people view you. But Venus is also there, so it kind of balances the Mars energy. So you will find inspiration and motivation and also upward movement in terms of your values, your joint resources, your collaboration money you make from other people, and all that can move up as well. So there's a lot of emphasis on Capricorn sign and 8th house matter in the entire month of February. Now Jupiter and Uranus is forming harmonious aspect with Mars in the sign of Capricorn the first 2 weeks of February. So you will have the excitement for the growth and progress and just expansion in your joint resources, in your money matters, and you will see these energies giving good results as well, because it's a harmonious aspect. Uranus and Jupiter are forming a good aspect with the Capricorn planet, especially Mars in the first 2 weeks. Now Jupiter is in Pisces in your 10th house, which is about career, and Uranus is in the 12th house in the sign of Taurus, which is about releasing old habits, subconscious limiting patterns. This is going to help you release any stuck energies or mindset, and will heal you and will set you on that path for growth in terms of your finances and career matters as well. So all these energies are there in the first 2 weeks of the month of February. Now January was a challenging month, Geminis, for many of us, and it could have been for you as well, because planets were a bit of a challenging aspect to each other, and also Venus and Mercury were retrograde. So things were maybe not moving as fast as you would like, but the month of February is a bit different from the month of January, and there's a lot of potential. So stay put and trust yourself. Find your motivation, where your true motivation lies. Rely on your experiences, new experiences, growth inducing experiences. Connect with people, mingle with people, network, collaborate, seek new opportunities in traveling and learning, and grow with a new perspective and new mindset, Geminis. Now on the 16th of February, there's going to be a full moon occurring in the sign of Leo in your 3rd house. So some kind of learning or some kind of information sharing or knowledge may come full circle during this time. Something finds a resolution or something comes to light. Some kind of realization may occur in terms of your community, your own understanding of things, your own opinion, how you see things, and that may open you up to new opportunities and looking at things differently, basically. So definitely that's a full moon in Leo in your 3rd house. Now after that, the Pisces season takes over from the Aquarius season. So there's a lot of emphasis on releasing old habits, limiting subconscious old patterns, self-sabotaging patterns, and relying a little bit more on your compassionate, sensitive, intuitive, inspiring, artistic, creative side. So you will definitely very much eager to make these positive changes in your life, and getting rid of old patterns, and you will be a little bit more intuitive, and it's a good time to really trust your instinct as well, your gut instinct, and move forward with a little bit more sensitivity towards yourself and people around you, Gemini. So Gemini's February is definitely a month where you're seeking new experiences, new opportunities, growth-inducing opportunities in your career matters, in learning, traveling, your financial matters, your shared financial matters. All these things are there, and all these things can be achieved, or you can at least be set on that path of improvement and enhancement in your life if you are releasing old habits, looking at your own motivations, and trusting new experiences as well, and just basically releasing anything that's holding you back, and really going on that path of learning, healing, improving yourself, and not leading from a egoistic place, and just trusting your experiences and instinct, most importantly, Geminis, and just being more inspired, not holding yourself back. And all these can really lead in career growth, financial growth, overall growth, Geminis. Cancer. For you, the month of February 2022 is all about connecting with your inner self, your inner power, because you are spending a lot of your energies in this month in moving on to bigger and better things. So it's very important any kind of conflicting or negative energies around you is released, is resolved, and hence you're able to move on. And this comes from a sense of a place of sensitivity and feeling and looking at other people's perspective as well, and not being stuck in your own mindset. So the month begins with a new moon in the sign of Aquarius, and Aquarius is your 8th house. Now 8th house is to do with your joint resources, intimacy, and your close relationship. So new moon here is definitely fresh beginning in your 8th house matter, and it brings this fresh beginning is also about fresh perspective, increased awareness, new kind of knowledge in terms of how to handle these matters. And all this thing is going to help you find harmony and balance your 8th house matters. And all this knowledge and awareness will help you find a balance in your 8th house matter. Also can help you grow your financial situation, your shared finances, and how you see each other. It's a kind of a fresh beginning, a new perspective in all these matters. Now Cancer, for you, there's a lot of focus on your relationship since November 2021, when Venus moved in the sign of Capricorn and in your 7th house. And Venus is going to stay in the sign of Capricorn until about the first week of March. So this month of February is also, there's a lot of emphasis on your relationship. Now along with Venus in this month, there's Mercury and Mars also forming a kind of a stellium in the sign of Capricorn in your 7th house. So there's again even more increased awareness, emphasis, and your energy spent on your relationship matter. Now with the last few months with Venus in your relationship, you were definitely focusing on relationship, improving, bettering, growing, and finding that inspiration, creativity, passion in your relationship, most definitely. But this month, because of Mars moving into your 7th house along with Mercury, there can be issues regarding conflicts, confrontation in your relationship. So Cancer, in the month of February, because there's such an emphasis on your relationship house, in your relationship matters, and this can be personal and business both. You may find yourself in a place where there's conflicts and confrontation occurring in your relationship matters. So this is a really a good time to see things in a new perspective, and also have those open and honest conversation, because Mercury is going to be in your 7th house in the Capricorn sign. So Mercury in Capricorn makes you lead from a practical, realistic place. So you are definitely eager to improve your relationship, and you are probably willing to have those honest conversation with your partner to find a resolution. Now with Mars in there, it's very important to avoid any kind of petty, unnecessary conflicts basically in your relationship. And with Venus there, you want to, and with Mars and Venus together in your relationship, it's kind of a balancing kind of energy. It's like a yin and yang energy. So you do want to find harmony in your relationship. Now you may be pulled in either direction, the Venus direction or Mars directions. So you may experience at times it's a conflicting kind of energy in your relationship, and at other times it's a little bit more harmonious when you have had those open, honest conversation, and you're looking at other people's perspective and leading from a more sensitive, perceptive kind of place, rather than just putting your own point across and being rigid and more restrictive in your relationship during this time. So the entire month of February, Cancer, there's a lot of emphasis on your relationship, which is the 7th house energy where the Capricorn sign is, and the Aquarius energy, the 8th house energy, which is all about your shared values, how you see each other, your intimacy, how you value each other basically. So it's very important to avoid any kind of conflicts in these matters. Promote growth basically to grow together. It's very important to rid yourself from any kind of limiting factor, any kind of factors that is like old stemming from old mindset, old habits. So it's very important to move on with refreshing energy in terms of look at things in a more sensitive and compassionate way, especially when dealing with your partner. So or even in business, if it's not a personal relationship, it can be a business relationship. So you can also see some kind of movement in business partnership if you're signing a contract or something like that. You might be very ambitious and enthusiastic and driven to make these changes in your business matters. So it's definitely a great like a moving on kind of energy, but it's a good idea to look at things from a more progressive, logical, out of the box kind of thinking. If things that you're already doing is not working out, then it's definitely time to see things in a different light. Now on the 16th of February, there's going to be a full moon in the sign of Leo. Now Leo is your second house. So second house is about financial matters, your personal financial matters. So maybe there's a growth in income or some kind of accomplishment in terms of your personal finance, growth, or something that is brings fulfillment to you. And it's a great time to acknowledge that and move on with that growth inducing energy in your money matters, because the second house and eighth house axis is about your money and your shared money. So the month of February is definitely about looking at your own money making capabilities and what you can achieve together within a partnership or with your partner or in a business kind of setting, whatever that might be. So it's all about money. So there's a new beginning and some kind of fulfillment coming in your money matters in the month of February, Cancer. Now on the 17th of February, there is going to be a sextile aspect, a very harmonious, supportive aspect between Jupiter in the sign of Pisces and Uranus in the sign of Taurus. Now when Jupiter and Uranus forms a good aspect together, it means luck. It's a lucky time. So Pisces is your 9th house and Taurus is your 11th house. So there might be some kind of new opportunities or growth coming in terms of you looking at your social circle differently, or having new encounters, or looking at people differently, or new perspective, connecting with people, networking with people, collaborating on a professional front. So you might get some kind of a professional gain, or may sign a contract. Some kind of new energy is definitely there on the 17th of February when this Jupiter and Uranus sextiles each other. So it's a very lucky time. So do use this energy to bring in fresh energy in terms of your belief system, how you see what your philosophy in life is, and how you collaborate, how you connect with other people. Now Cancer, the second half of the month of February, the focus continues on your relationship, your collaboration, your business partnership, your growth, your new experiences, and all that. So definitely it's a great time to plan for the future and reach out new people, connect with new people, collaborate with new people to seek these new opportunities. And also when you're relating to people in life, whether it's your intimate relationship, personal relationship, business relationship, it's a good idea to lead from a more sensitive, intuitive kind of place, and avoid any kind of conflict that might arise, because you're not looking at the bigger picture and you're not open-minded during this time. So definitely a great time to keep your mind open and find new energies to move on to bigger and better things through allowing new people, new energies, new experience to come into your life, Cancer. Leos, for you, the month of February 2022 is all about relationship with yourself and relationship with others. So Leos, there's an opportunity for redefining your relationship, or looking at your relationship in a different perspective, or even forming new relationships. So definitely there's a lot of emphasis on how you relate with other people, how you connect with other people. So the month starts with a new moon in Aquarius, and Aquarius is the opposite sign, so it's your 7th house of relationship. Now here you get an opportunity for fresh beginnings in your relationship matter, especially any kind of old mindset or old relationship that is not working for you anymore, Leos. This is a time to set those intention for fresh beginnings in terms of your relationship matter. Now Leos, moving on from your relationship, there's a lot of emphasis on the Capricorn sign in the month of February, and Capricorn is your 6th house. Now in the month of January there was also a lot of emphasis on Capricorn sign, but January was a little bit more challenging because the aspects and the energies of the planets were a little bit more conflicting and challenging, and also there were Mercury and Venus retrograde the last month, so there was a kind of a restrictive kind of energy and not moving on to where you want to move on. But in the month of February it's a little bit different because the planets are a little bit more harmonious to each other, and the Venus and Mercury both are not going to retrograde anymore. On the 3rd of February Mercury turns direct, so you will have this direct kind of energy of Mercury and Venus in your 6th house matter, which is about your daily life, your work and your health matters. So anything that was restrictive in your daily lifestyle, how you see your routine, your structure, your habits, all these things is going to have the chance to bring in new energy and move on and not be stuck in the place that it was last month. So if you felt that your routine, your efficiency, your productivity at work and in your general life, in your daily life, was not taking you anywhere, or it was restrictive, or you were indulging in pointless kind of exercise where it comes to your work, or a pointless conversation with people which was not yielding any result, it's going to change all that, because Mercury going direct is going to bring this new mindset, new thinking, and new energy, new people, new network and all that in your 6th house matter. You're looking at work and your productivity, your usefulness differently now. Now Mars is also going to be in the sign of Capricorn in the 6th house, along with Mercury and Venus, and later on it will be conjuncting with Pluto. So Mars brings this drive, ambition, enthusiasm in your 6th house. So you're very much ambitious regarding forming good habits, structure in your work and health matters. So if there's any kind of health regime that it was not moving forward and you wanted some kind of structure, discipline in that, and you were not able to do it, this is the time to get the ball rolling and really be more disciplined, structured in terms of what you want to achieve going forward, Leos. Now Jupiter is going to form a very harmonious aspect with Mars in the sign of Capricorn in the first week of the first week of February itself. So Jupiter is in the sign of Pisces, and Pisces is your 8th house, which is about shared values, shared finance, intimacy and all that. So you might experience some kind of growth in financial matters because of the amount of work you have achieved, or the work you have done, or the work that's coming your way. So definitely there could be a good energy in terms of your the work that you have put in, the energy that you have put in, the productivity is yielding some financial reward during the first week of the month of February, and also going forward, Leo. So it's not just in the first week of February, because later on the month Jupiter is going to make a good aspect with planets in your 10th house and 6th house as well, which is your career and work. So the work you're putting in, your life direction, the career matters, all is yielding to some kind of financial growth, Leo. Now Uranus in the sign of Taurus is going to form a good aspect with Mars as well. It's a trining aspect, so it's a very free-flowing aspect. Now Taurus, where Uranus is your 10th house of career, and Mars is in your 6th house of work. So your work, you're ambitious and goal-oriented in your work, and it is all giving you good growth, freedom inducing, and progressive kind of energy in your career matters. So the work you're putting in during this month, Leos, is going to yield some kind of career growth, career advancement, and a positive turn of events in terms of your reputation, in terms of your public image, how you appear to other people. So all this is going to get a real boost during this time. So this is a great time to focus on your work and health, Leos. Form good habits and really focus on how you're doing it, how you're achieving it. Be more disciplined, be more structured, and you will experience transformation in terms of your daily life, your work and health matters. Now Leos, on the 16th of February there is going to be a full moon occurring in your sign. Now full moon is a time of fulfillment. It's a time of culmination. It's a time of reaping the reward of the efforts that you've put maybe the last 6 months when the new moon in Leo occurred in the year 2021. So the last 6 months, the efforts that you have put, you may be seeing the results, and this is time to really soak up this attention that you're getting, the growth that you're getting. So in the middle of the month of February, Leos, you are definitely in the spotlight, most definitely. So the tension is on you, so it's a good idea to really understand where you want to go from there. So it's a good idea to be aware and understand where you want to go from there, and realize what you have achieved and what your future needs are, what your future plans are in terms of your self-image, your personal priority, your life path, just generally your overall life orientation, Leo. So Leo, the main energy of the month of February is you getting a lot of work done. You being very productive, very disciplined, very structured, and experiencing career growth, financial growth due to your your discipline, due to getting work done. Now Jupiter is forming a harmonious aspect with Uranus on the 17th of February. Now Jupiter is your 8th house, Uranus is your 10th house, so you will experience some kind of sudden financial growth, definitely some kind of luck factor in your finances most definitely will come about as a result of your reputation, your public image improving, or sudden change in there, sudden growth, progress in your career matters is going to lead some kind of financial reward, especially if you have a business or if you are working with other people, like in a collaboration or some kind of business partnership or something. Then you can definitely experience some kind of career growth leading to financial growth. Now Leos, in the second half of the month of February, when the Pisces season starts, there's a lot of emphasis on the Pisces planet, which is Jupiter and Neptune, and your 8th house. And Jupiter and Neptune both are forming harmonious aspects with Capricorn planet, which is your 6th house. So you're very driven to achieve the financial growth, the joint shared financial growth as well, through business ventures and all, and you are very driven to put in the work, which is the overall energy of the month of February already, which I've mentioned. The second half of the month of February also kind of confirms the same energy that is earlier, which is you putting a lot of hard work, being more disciplined, being more structured, and all this leading to financial growth, career growth, your overall life growth, perspective, how you see yourself. You're set on that path, that new career direction, and you're working hard to achieve whatever you want to achieve. So definitely the month of January was a bit restrictive, and the growth that you desired may not have come your way. But moving on from the month of February, and after the Leo full moon in your sign, you are really approaching your life with new energy. You have future plans. You are realizing what your needs are. All these things coming to awareness and fulfillment and culmination, and you are setting yourself on that path. And all this is leading to spiritual growth, and it comes from a spiritual place as well, Leo. It's not about ego, because Uranus is in your 10th house, which is about your calling, and North Node has shifted in the sign of Taurus in your 10th house on the 18th of January. So there is so much karmic influence on your career matters, on your life direction. What you were doing until now, before North Node moved in your Taurus sign in your 10th house, is not working for you anymore. You are definitely fully embracing your new life direction, your new career path, which is going to set you for maybe the next 18 years, because that's the 18-19 year cycle of North Node. So definitely with coming together with Uranus in the same side, this soul growth takes place through renewed career direction, new career direction, and something that is spiritually connected to you, how you feel spiritually connected to, and it's very karmic time. So definitely focus on your discipline, your structure, your life, your daily life, and that's the way to go forward, because Capricorn, Pluto is in the sign of Capricorn in your 6th house, so it's transforming your daily life structure, your health and work. So it's very important to also not get overworked and affect your health. So keep a balance between work and health, and be disciplined. The best way to go forward is be disciplined, so you don't overwork yourself. So structure your day, have a planner and plan your day out, and move forward with whatever you want to achieve, Leos, because it's absolutely great here for you to make those career moves, because 2022 is a great time to achieve that soul growth that comes from connecting to your true calling, Leo. Virgos, for you, the month of February 2022 is all about work and health matters. Now, the month of February begins with a new moon in the sign of Aquarius in your 6th house, which is about your daily life, your habits, your work, your job, the service that you provide, the duties and the tasks and duty, and also your health matters, diet, exercise plan, just general health. So a new moon occurring in your 6th house is definitely a time to initiate any kind of new health regime, diet plan, or just new, work schedule or new job, or renewing things, or just renewing things around your work and health matters. So new moon in Aquarius is definitely bringing this freeing kind of energy, because Aquarius is a progressive sign. It's about thinking outside the box to bring in these new energies. So definitely Virgos, look at your work and health matters in a new perspective, and see where things can be changed to initiate something more fulfilling and satisfying, Virgos. Now, Virgos, moving on from the new moon, there is a lot of emphasis on the Capricorn sign in the month of February. Now, in the month of January also there was quite an emphasis on the sign of Capricorn, but it was a little bit more kind of challenging aspects during the month of January with Mercury and Venus both in a retrograde motion. It was a kind of a challenging month for many of us, and things that we wanted to move forward, we were not completely able to do that. But the month of February has a lot of potential, because the planets in the month of February are more harmonious to each other, and Venus and Mercury both are not going to be retrograde anymore. On the 3rd of February, Mercury turns direct in the sign of Capricorn in your 5th house, which is about self-expression, creativity, recreational activities, your children, love, romance, fun time, creative projects and all that. So with Mercury in your 5th house in the sign of Capricorn, Virgos, you're able to put your point across, more clearly, more in a structured way, and your thinking is a little bit more structured, and you're just able to process information better and more clearly and more in a disciplined way during this time. Now, along with Mercury, there's going to be Mars and Venus in the sign of Capricorn. So there's a lot of Capricorn 5th house emphasis during the month of February. So it's a very playful and creative time. It's expressing yourself. With Mars in there, you are very driven to express or put your point across in terms of how you see things, how your creative side, mostly your artistic side, and also you're very driven to take part in fun activities, recreational time, downtime, especially if your work aspect is getting too overwhelming, because there's going to be a lot of emphasis on your work and health matter during this month. So it's a good idea to balance it out with your me time and away time, fun time, and just spend time with close people, people you connect with, like-minded people, your close ties, loved ones. And it's also a time when you may come across new people, maybe new love interest, new encounters, and all that will definitely be enjoyable during this time, because 5th house is the house that brings the enjoyment, gratification, and it brings delight in life. So definitely there's a lot of emphasis in terms of your 5th house. Now, Capricorn in your 5th house, you're usually quite conservative in terms of 5th house matter, in terms of having fun, or having romance and all that, love aspect and all that. It can be a little bit more structured and more practicality based. So during this time, definitely it's time to be a little bit more passionate, more sensitive, and find that balance between your Venus and Mars, which is about creativity and passion and sensitivity, to bring all that in your love interest, or with children, or just your creativity, self-expression, how you express yourself. Now, the 14th of February, Mercury is going to move out of the sign of Capricorn and into the sign of Aquarius. Now, 6th house is your work house, so you will have greater concentration, you're more driven, you are more creative, innovative in terms of your work, and you seek progress and growth. So you're definitely very much in tune with your what you do on a daily life. You're paying more attention to it. You want more structure. You're more detail oriented. So you're definitely intellectually eager to have these new experiences and new ways of doing things in terms of your daily work and your health matters as well. Now, on the 16th of February, Virgos, there's going to be a full moon occurring in the sign of Leo, and Leo is your 12th house. So full moon is a time of culmination. It's a time of realization and fulfillment as well. And 12th house is to do with old patterns, past decisions. So during this time, you may come to realization of something, a decision you have taken in the past, or old habits, past patterns. All these can come to a fruition or a realization or culmination, and that can give you kind of an idea how to move forward and resolve any kind of issues if there are any, and just move on to a space where life has more meaning and a little bit more spiritually oriented kind of perspective too, Virgos. Now, in the second half of the month of February, Virgos, when the Pisces season begins, there's a lot of emphasis and spotlight on your 5th house matters and your 7th house matters. Jupiter and Neptune is going to be in your 7th house, and this is a very harmonious aspect between your Capricorn planets and Pisces planet. So your 5th house is a house of self-expression, creativity, romance, children, is having a harmonious aspect with your relationship, and and this is both business and personal. So definitely there's an opportunity to create more loving, playful relationship, express yourself freely within relationship, and have more fun time with people close to you, your loved ones, your partner, close people who friends, whatever that might be. 7th house is not just to do with a committed partnership. It can be any one-to-one interaction you have. So definitely it's a great time to be a little bit more light-hearted and lead from a place of where you find enjoyment, relaxation, because there's a lot of because with the work and health aspect coming into play, there's a lot of emphasis on your health and healing as well. So definitely a downtime, a fun time will definitely help you heal and have better health during this time. Now, on the 17th of February, Jupiter in the sign of Pisces is going to form a very harmonious aspect with Uranus in the sign of Taurus, which is your 9th house. So 7th house and 9th house energies are very supportive. So that's your relationship angle and new experiences, traveling and learning. So you may encounter people through your travels or new experience, or you're very eager to have these new encounters in terms of having new relationship as well. So definitely there's a lot of 5th house, 7th house, 9th house emphasis in the second half of the month of February. So you could come across people on your travels maybe, or while seeking new experiences, you can come across people that can form romantic relationship and just form new relationship, new connections in the second half. So overall, Virgos, definitely this month of February is about your work. You're structuring your work life, you're structuring your health, your healing, focusing on your healing, releasing any old patterns, old habits that is probably not helping you grow, and it will come to realization and awareness as well in case of anything that is limiting you from growth. And your work and health aspect is definitely the focus in the month of February, along with your relationship and having a fun time and having new experiences, Virgos. Libras, for you, the month of February 2022 is all about connecting with your desires, what's in your heart, connecting with your heart center, and accepting and doing things that really brings you fulfillment during this month. Now, the month of February begins with a new moon in the sign of Aquarius in your 5th house. Now, 5th house is about creativity, it's solo project, artistic self, artistic expression, self-expression. So also the house of romance, love, children, and just recreational fun activities that you do to bring delight and gratification in your life. So new moon here is kind of bringing in this new energy in your 5th house matter. Now, if you have any kind of old mindset in 5th house matter or how you express yourself, this is a great time to think over it again and just bring in new energy, how you go about and how you connect with your own self, your own passions, your own talents and hobbies, and bring those out and use it to really shine your light, Libras. Now, there's a lot of Capricorn emphasis in the month of February, just as it was in the month of January. But in January, because of the Venus and Mercury retrograde, and there were other planetary aspects that were not necessarily supportive. They were a bit challenging. So January was not as much of a free-flowing month for many of us as we would have liked it. But February is quite different. It has a lot of potential because the planets are quite making a good harmonious aspects to each other. Most of the month it's kind of very harmonious. So anything that you want to move forward, this is great time to really set that intention and just move forward in terms of your desires, your hobbies, your talents, your self-expression, your idea of having fun. Now with the Capricorn emphasis in the month of February, that would be your 4th house, because Capricorn is your 4th house, Libras. Now there is Mercury in the sign of Capricorn. On the 3rd of February it will go direct, so it's going to start yielding its results. So communicating your inner feeling with other people and with your family members or whoever you're closely related to would be much easier, would be much free flowing when Mercury goes direct. Now Venus and Mars is also in the sign of Capricorn in your 4th house, so there's a lot of home related, family related activity happening for you in the month of February. Now this Mars in Capricorn is going to make quite a harmonious aspect with Jupiter in the sign of Pisces and Uranus in the sign of Taurus. So when Jupiter and Uranus, which is about expansion and sudden expansion as well, sudden improvements, and when it's aspecting the planets in your 4th house, Capricorn sign, it's all about home matters, all about family matters. So you may get some kind of sudden expansion or sudden gain or some kind of sudden fortune, luck that may help you to improve your family condition, improve your home condition. Maybe you will move to a better place, bigger place, more beautiful place. Maybe you will buy a place because your financial health has improved. So it could be either way, or maybe you're just feeling very lucky and very optimistic, hopeful, and your mindset is more positive, so you're like quite charged up to make these moves and you're very ambitious in your family and home matters, because Mars does bring that drive and enthusiasm wherever it goes. So with so much emphasis on your 4th house, Libra, there is a need for nurture, there's a need for nourishment and inner contentment during this time, and all these things is transforming anyways for you. Your home life is transforming because Pluto is in the sign of Capricorn for many years and is going to form conjunction with Venus, Mars and Mercury in the month of February and March. So it's going to be there's a lot of intense activity occurring in your home matters and family environment. So definitely there's a lot of change and transformation happening in your emotional foundation and in your physical foundation. So definitely these energies are there in the month of February as well, and you will feel these later on in February as well as beginning of March. So you're very emotionally driven to make things happen at home, in your daily life, in your daily habits, routine and all that as well, because Jupiter is in the sign of Pisces in your 6th house, which is bringing all this luck and blessings in your daily life, in your routine, your job, your work, health and all that. So definitely it's a good time to really connect with your home and your emotional self as well, and to structure your daily life if you think it's not going as you would like it to go. So definitely it's a great time to connect with your heart center and structure your life, discipline your life and find that emotional balance, Libras. Now on the 14th of February, when Mercury moves out of the sign of Capricorn and in the sign of Aquarius, which is a little bit more free kind of communication, like you're more clear in communication, you're able to communicate more freely, because Capricorn can be a bit kind of restrictive energy. So Aquarius is going to bring all that unique and progressive kind of energy in terms of how you're communicating and how you're coming across. Now on the 16th of February, there is going to be a full moon in the sign of Leo, Libras. Now Leo sign sits in your 11th house, which is about social activities, social networking, your friend circle. It's a house of collaboration, your hopes and wishes, your professional gains. So when full moon occurs in your 11th house, full moon is all about culmination, reaching a fulfillment, gratification, so or resolution. So any kind of 11th house matter will come to light during this time, and you may feel eager to connect with something more bigger than you, something selfless, something like a humanitarian cause, or connecting with your community more on kind of a like-minded level, like really collaborating, not for personal gain, but more like a community collective gain. So you are definitely looking into that. Something comes to light, something comes to realization during this full moon in your 11th house. Now there's going to be a Jupiter sextiling Uranus on the 17th of February, which is a really lucky, a fortunate kind of energy. The aspect is with Uranus, because Uranus is like a sudden change and Jupiter is your luck, your blessing. So there could be sudden burst of luck in your life during that time. Now Jupiter in Pisces is your 6th house and Uranus in Taurus is your 8th house. So there's some kind of work related, shared finances related, other people's money related kind of improvement, blessing can occur during this around this time, around the 17th of February. So the best thing is to really find your luck by being your unique self, because the services and the the work you're providing, the job you're doing, all that can yield some kind of unexpected gain, something that you were not looking for or something that you were not expecting may come your way. So it's a good time to really look at and focus more on your work. So the work needs to be put in to reap these rewards of Jupiter sextiling Uranus on the 17th of February. Now Libra, the second half of the month of February has a lot of Jupiter, Uranus, your 4th house, 6th house, 8th house, Capricorn, all that energy. So you're definitely very much eager and inclined to find some kind of discipline, order at home, in your home environment, with your emotional foundation as well. If you feel a bit all over the place or overwhelmed by your daily duties and all the tasks and duties that you have taken on your shoulder, this is a good time to really organize yourself, because 4th house planets, which is Mars and Venus in the sign of Capricorn, is going to form a very harmonious aspect with Neptune in the sign of Pisces, and Jupiter is also there. So it's bringing all these creative, aesthetically pleasing, wanting to make life a little bit better, more beautiful around your home environment and family member, and just find more order. So you're intuitively connected and creatively connected to improve your home life, home environment. Maybe you want to redecorate your house or move to a more beautiful house, whatever that might be. There's a lot of movement around your home life and your emotional and physical foundation. So a real estate possibility is also there this month. So maybe something related to your work and your shared finances and home environment comes into play, comes together, and there's some kind of reward coming around these areas. So definitely something to look out for and something to work towards and be hopeful towards this month of February, Libras. Now the only thing to watch out for this month is on the 24th of February, Mercury in Aquarius is going to make a square aspect with Uranus in the sign of Taurus in your 8th house. So 5th house and 8th house matters are squaring. Now 5th house is a house of speculation. It's a house of taking a chance with your money, and the 8th house is the house of your investment, of your joint finances. So this Mercury in the 5th house in Aquarius and with Uranus in the 8th house, there might be some kind of enthusiasm around investing and really eager to do that. Now because it's a square aspect, it's not really a kind of a very helpful aspect in terms of maybe you are not looking at all the details during this time, because Mercury is your mind and Uranus is your higher mind. So with both, and there's a suddenness to these energy, there's a fickleness to this energy of Mercury and Uranus. And with 5th house and 8th house matter, which is about your investment, speculation, just it can be around your money matters. So though there is some kind of luck in the rest of the month, definitely around gains in your money matters and your work matters, but you need to be a little bit more mindful and careful about your not risking your money, not speculating, or not gambling your money away during this time. So definitely look into, if you're wanting to invest, if you want to get into the stocks or anything, it's very important that you are looking deeply into your financial matters and not putting your money away without doing the investigation, research, how you should spend or how you should invest your money. So definitely don't be careless with your investments and speculation if you are doing that now, because it's kind of, because you may have a situation at the end of the month where you are kind of maybe losing the money. So be mindful of, especially around the 24th of February, it's the square can make you want to invest in something suddenly because you're so eager, and you may not have the best outcome out of it. So Libras, overall the month is definitely all about your connecting with your heart center, connecting with your self-expression, and organizing your life, your home life, bringing some structure and discipline in your work life, in your health matters, in your home matters, and your financial matters as well. So definitely so it's a great month. So lead from more of an intuitive and sensible place, and don't throw your money away because you're seeking this financial freedom and you think investing in this or speculating in that will yield you bigger rewards, and in the end you are losing all the money. So be sensible and take steps more mindfully and with more care basically. Scorpios, for you, the month of February 2022 is all about connecting with what makes you, feel secure, what makes you feel emotionally stable. That's what you're connecting this month to, Scorpios. And once you are feeling more stable and secure, then it's time to plan for the future. It's time to connect with for future gains purposes, and network and sign contracts or whatever you want to do that. So first find your stability, find your grounding, Scorpio, this month, and then move on to planning your future, because the new moon occurs in the sign of Aquarius in your 4th house on the 1st of February. So it's all about finding new energy in your home environment, in your emotional self. Now, if you have been feeling low, Scorpios, especially in the month of January, which it was a bit a difficult month because Venus and Mercury were retrograde. Besides, there were some challenging aspects from other planetary energies. So it was not a great start for many of us. But February is a different energy. It's a different month. It's a new month, and it has got a lot of potential, Scorpios, for all of us. So for you, it begins in your 3rd house, which is where your Capricorn sign sits, and that's where the main focus emphasis is on this month, because there's Mercury in the sign of Capricorn, plus there is Venus and Mars in the sign of Capricorn, besides Pluto as well, because Pluto has been there for many years now. Now Mercury goes direct on the 3rd of February. So straight up after the new moon, there is a direct energy of Mercury coming to all of us. So this is a great time to set these intentions and use your communication, networking skills and all that to plan for your future, because 3rd house is all about networking, communicating, signing contracts, doing the dealings, business, all these things. So you're definitely very communicative. You want to sign deals, you want to make those future plans, and you want to make these decisions during this time to move forward. So it's definitely a great time to communicate, plan short trips as well, maybe something to network, to connect with people. Maybe if you have to take a short trip somewhere, it's a great time to do that. Also learning, because 3rd house is a house of a short crash course. You can do short-term learning, something to upskill yourself. So spend some time on doing some kind of learning that kind of upskills you, puts you in a better place to have those professional gains, to sign those contracts or sign those business deals, whatever that might be. Now in the first week of Feb itself, Mars in the sign of Capricorn, which is in a very exalted position and in your 3rd house, is going to really make you very ambitious, eager to connect and to put something in concrete, some kind of business dealing in concrete. And you will get a helping hand from Jupiter in the sign of Pisces and Uranus in the sign of Taurus. All these energies are very harmonious because they all are earth and water sign, just like yourself, and it's very harmonious to you. It's going to only help you, Scorpio, to make those moves, to plan for that future, to negotiate a deal, to sign those contracts, to make a decision, really to make a firm concrete decision, because Capricorn is about practicality and being realistic and making those real goals, real future decisions, future plans, not and it's not based on unrealistic expectations or fantasy and all that. It's very realistic. So you're definitely very much inclined to make the move on a more concrete level. So Jupiter is in your 5th house and Uranus is in your 7th house in the sign of Pisces and Taurus, and connecting with Mars in Capricorn. So it's all about your creativity, how you connect with people, how you communicate with people. You're very enthusiastic to connect with people. You're having these meaningful conversations. You're connecting with the right people as well to sign those deals, to make those sign those contracts. and really move forward basically with your future plans. So definitely a great time to move something forward in terms of collaboration, partnership, connection, and to put forward your skills and capabilities, your talents, whatever makes you special, Scorpio. So definitely a great time to push yourself a little bit more to have those future that you desire. Now Mercury will be in the sign of Capricorn, which is a little bit more about realistic, serious kind of conversation in your third house. But on the 14th of February, Mercury moves out of Capricorn into the sign of Aquarius in your fourth house. So you're emotionally very communicative as well, and you're able to have these honest, open conversation, and you're able to put your point across, your feelings, whatever you are feeling from inside, you're able to share with your environment, with your close ties. And that is kind of making you a little bit more emotionally secure and stable, because you're now, whatever you wanted to share, it's out in the open and is going to feel progressive and uplifting as well. Now the middle of the month, Scorpios, begins with a full moon in the sign of Leo, and Leo is your 10th house of career, of your calling, your life direction, your public image, your reputation. So a full moon occurring in the sign of Leo in your 10th house, ready to to be seen, to be visible now. Scorpios, if you were feeling until now a little bit held back and not able to shine your light enough, this is the time now. You're ready to take on the world again. You are ready to build up that reputation, that relationship with the authority figures, and to be that authority as well. So this is a time of accomplishment, acknowledging the accomplishment, and any accolades, any rewards coming your way, you will feel a little bit better about yourself, because full moon is going to bring something to culmination. Maybe something you were working on comes to fruition during this time. Maybe a career growth occurs, or promotion occurs, some kind of realization. So if it concretely doesn't lead to a promotion, it will at least lead to a realization how to move towards that, how to gain that public image, the reputation in the world that you desire. So it's definitely the time to celebrate your accomplishments, your achievements, or at least adjust your mindset around it and go for those achievement and rewards that you're looking for. So a good time for career matters in the middle of the month, Scorpios. Now on the 17th of February, Jupiter in the sign of Pisces will make a sextile aspect with Uranus in the sign of Taurus. Now Taurus is your opposite sign, so it's about your relationship, and Pisces is your 5th house, which is about your creativity. It's going to bring you blessings, it's going to bring you good luck. The sign of Pisces and Taurus, which is to do with spiritual growth and your money matters, and related to your 5th and 7th house, which is about self-expression, your creativity, and related to your relationship and business partnership house. So there could be some kind of business dealing, business partnership signed up during this time that is really beneficial for your growth, for your future growth. So definitely look out for those energies during this time. So make sure you're sowing those seeds at the beginning of the month so that you can reap some kind of growth or reward later part of the month, when these harmonious aspects between Jupiter and Uranus takes place. Now moving on from that, Scorpios, planets in the sign of Capricorn in your 3rd house, Venus and Mars, is going to make a very harmonious aspect with Neptune in the sign of Pisces. So Neptune is about your creativity, it's about the sensitivity, compassion. And 3rd house is your communication house, your networking house. So you can bring this creative, intuitive energy of Neptune to make these connections, to make these decisions, the business decisions. And you're very much inspired and imaginative as well around this time, because all this Neptunian energy coming on your 3rd house of communication and the way you see things, your outlook, your opinion, your perspective. You will probably be making your decision more on intuition. You will just have this gut feeling that this is right and this is not right. So you will have this really convincing kind of tone to your communication. Your conversation will be very interesting and inspiring, and people will probably get impressed by how you're approaching them, how you're coming across. So it's a great time to use these capabilities to connect and form these business relationships, which will yield some kind of realization, career realization, growth. Maybe you want to take another direction, life direction, or you want to change your career in a different way, whatever that might be. This is a great time to really form these relationship and communicate and put yourself out there to for the purpose of your future and to, gain some kind of contract, sign a deal, or some whatever that might be. So definitely communicating, connecting is key this month for your growth, Scorpios. Sagittarius, for you, the month of February 2022 is all about communicating, networking, connecting with people, and maybe getting that job that you want, or signing that deal that you wanted to until now, and really working towards it. And all this leading to financial growth, or your increase in your just financial matter, maybe increase in pay or something like that. So Sagittarius, the month of February begins with a new moon in the sign of Aquarius in your third house. So this is a fresh new beginning for your third house matter. So communicating, learning something new, upskilling yourself, connecting, networking, going for that job interview, going for that, taking up that job, that pays you more or that is better for you. So, or seeking that job, applying for jobs. So definitely it's a new energy in your third house matter. Now on the 3rd of Feb, Mercury goes direct, which it was retrograde until now, but on the 3rd of February is going to go direct in the sign of Capricorn in your second house, which is all about money matters, your financial, your own money making capabilities, and your self-esteem, your self-worth, your value, how you value yourself. So with this new moon in Aquarius and Mercury going direct in your second house, it's all about to look at your productivity level, your skills, your talents, your capabilities, and how you can use them to improve your financial situation, how you can upskill yourself to make more money in the future. So definitely a lot of emphasis on the second house matter in this month, because not just Mercury but also Venus and Mars is going to be in your second house with a lot of Capricorn emphasis. Now in the month of January there was a Capricorn emphasis as well, but Venus and Mercury both were retrograde in the month of January, so the energies was a little bit less harmonious for all of us, for many of us, and it was not really a great start to the year, the month of January, because there were quite a few challenging aspects between the planetary energies. So things did not take off to a great start for this year. But month of February is a different month, and it's a new energy and it's got a lot of potential. So make sure you're putting in that work in terms of how you're upskilling yourself, how you're applying for that job to bring in your abundance in Sagittarius. Now Sagittarius, Mars will be in the sign of Capricorn along with Venus and Mercury. So Mars in the sign of Capricorn in your second house of finances is going to make a very harmonious aspect with Jupiter in Pisces, which is your 4th house, and with Uranus in the sign of Taurus, which is your 6th house. So due to your financial improvement, enhancement, some kind of good luck energy is coming your way in your money matters, and that will lead to inner contentment, better home life, and increased productivity. So you will experience some kind of growth in job, or a new job, better paying job, all leading to financial enhancement, improvement, with this Uranus in the sign of Taurus forming a really harmonious trine aspect, very free flowing aspect with the Capricorn planet. So it's definitely a time to look at how you can change job. So Sagittarius definitely brings some kind of change in your work environment, your work matters, your job situation. If you're in a certain job, or if you're not in any job, this is the time there would be some kind of movement. Now North Node is also in the sign of Taurus, and with this North Node energy in your 6th house and Uranus energy, this progressive energy in your 6th house, you'll get probably a better job, more paying job, or your work environment will improve. And all this is going to lead to your health getting improved, your inner contentment, your emotional self will feel better. You'll feel really good from inside, and that will lead to your home environment, your your emotional foundation and physical foundation. All that is going to get an enhancement. So definitely there is a good opportunity for increase in wealth, your personal wealth, and due to some kind of networking, connecting, changing job, or improving your job situation. So definitely look at for these energies in the month of February, Sagittarius. Now on the 11th of February, Mercury in the sign of Capricorn is going to conjunct Pluto in the sign of Capricorn. So your second house financial matter is definitely coming to the forefront again. There's a transformation happening in your financial matters. So with Mercury conjuncting Pluto in your second house, you are feeling very instinctively powerful, intense to make these changes in your financial matters, to build resources, to have those luxury possessions, whatever you assets, whatever you desire. You're definitely very much in tune to make these powerful changes, and you are also communicating, thinking all about it, how to improve these matters. Now on the 14th of February, Mercury is going to move out from the sign of Capricorn and into the sign of Aquarius, which is your third house. Now this is a great time to communicate freely, to connect freely, really network, and for job related matters or business related matters. So definitely a great time to bring in this progressive energy in your third house matters. Now Sagittarius, in the middle of the month on the 16th of February, there's a full moon occurring in the sign of Leo, which is your ninth house. Now Leo is a fire sign and you're a Sagittarius, you're a fire sign, so it's a harmonious kind of energy. So full moon is about realization, resolution, some kind of culmination or fulfillment coming in. So ninth house is about your belief system, your philosophy, new opportunity, future opportunities. So definitely something is coming your way, something is coming to light during this time, during any kind of opportunities or how you see things, your perspective, or just connecting with people you have not connected with before. So this could be a time where you are educating yourself, learning something new, upskilling yourself, and connecting with higher perspective, different perspectives, different people, and opening up your mindset to grab on those new opportunities, connections, and just job or career or business opportunity that's coming your way during this time, Sagittarius. Now Jupiter in the sign of Pisces is going to form a sextile aspect with Uranus in the sign of Taurus. Now Jupiter is in your fourth house and Uranus is in your sixth house, so there's a lot of blessing, good fortune, good luck, sudden kind of unexpected gains coming in terms of your job matters, and that is leading to inner contentment, really expansion, happiness, growth, optimism in your home matters. So definitely you are going to get some kind of progressive energy in your work matters, all that leading to satisfaction at home. Now Sagittarius, in the second half of the month of February, again there's a lot of Capricorn emphasis, and again your second house, financial matters. So you're very driven, passionate, ambitious, enthusiastic to improve your financial matters. Most definitely you want that change in your finances. Now if you have been stuck in a certain pay grade until now, or you have not been earning until now, or you have had a situation where your payment, your salary was kind of limited, this is the time you're so enthusiastic about really moving forward with that financial well-being, the abundance that you desire, and that too coming from your own capability, because the second house is a Taurus energy, so it's about self-reliancy as well, Sagittarius. So depending on other people may not yield the results, so you need to put in the effort yourself to reap the rewards, because the energies are there to improve your financial matters. It's very important you're putting in the work as well. Now with Mars and Venus both in the Capricorn sign in your second house, there's a balancing and harmonious aspect to it as well. So you will feel this kind of balancing of the finances, because you're getting a better pay, or your money making capability is basically going up. So you'll feel good about your finances moving on from month of February 2022, Sagittarius. Now towards the last few days of the month of February, Mars and Venus is going to form a sextile aspect to Neptune in the sign of Pisces. So you are definitely very driven, intuitively driven to increase your abundance and find that inner contentment, that emotional stability, that emotional well-being. And it's a great idea to lead from a more intuitive, sensitive, compassionate place towards yourself and towards your family members, and how you're connecting with people, because this is a great time to really be intuitively in tune with how you are achieving your goals and how you're connecting with people. So Neptune can bring in an idealistic and unrealistic kind of approach as well regarding where your contentment lies. So don't be confused about what you're trying to achieve and what your goals are. So stay grounded and, look at things from more of a logical kind of point of view, and look for stability where your stability lies, where you feel secure, Sagittarius. So lead from a stable kind of mindset and not just an urge to seek freedom, and you're making some kind of wrong decision, rash decision in terms of your money matters or your job matters, just because you want freedom, just because you want financial freedom. So definitely lead from a more stable place and make decision, think over it, and make practical, realistic money decisions, and also put some kind of financial plan as well to handle your finances better moving on from this month, February. So definitely there's a lot of strong energy in your Capricorn sign in your second house, so some kind of movement is definitely expected in your financial matters this month, Sagittarius. So lead from a more stable, grounded and secure emotional state, Sagittarius. Capricorn, for you the month of February 2022 is all about seeking security and stability, building resources. So it's all about your self-image, how you project yourself, and how you handle your finances as well, because the month begins with a new moon in the sign of Aquarius. Now Aquarius is your second house, so this is a time for fresh beginnings, new perspective. Look at your money matters in a new light, set new intention to build resources, to manage your finance, and to really find stability and security and growth and progress in your money matters during this time, because it's a really good energy to bring in that kind of intention. Now on the 3rd of February, Mercury is going to go direct in the sign of Capricorn in your sign. So your own communication style, your projection, how you are networking, connecting, and your self-image, all that is going to get a boost, because Mercury is going direct. Your mindset, your thinking process, how you analyze yourself, all that is getting a forward motion. So there's an increased sense of curiosity, there's an increased sense of self-confidence, you're intellectually feeling very driven. So all these things is going to really help you project in the way you want to project, and you will come across as very capable, expressive, communicative individual. So it's a great time to focus on your self-image and your personal priorities, whatever the goals and ambition that you have. Now there is a lot of Capricorn emphasis in the month of February, just like month of January there was a lot of Capricorn emphasis, but in the month of January, because of Venus was retrograde and Mercury was retrograde, and some of the planetary energies were a bit challenging in the month of January, so for many of us it was not particularly a progressive time. But the month of February is a different energy, it's a new month, and there's a lot of potential in the month of February, because the planetary energies are quite harmonious to each other. Most of them this month is harmonious, so this is a great time to really set the ball rolling and set those intentions, whatever you want to achieve in yourself, Capricorn, because there's so much emphasis in your first house, Capricorn, because besides Mercury there's also Venus and Mars in your sign. So there's a lot of drive, ambition, passion, to improve your self-image, to seek that future that you want, to seek that path, the life path, and the focus is a lot on yourself, on your destiny, on your priorities during this month. Now this Mars in the sign of Capricorn, your first house, is going to form a very harmonious aspect both with Jupiter in the sign of Pisces and with Uranus in the sign of Taurus. Now Taurus and Pisces both are earth and water sign, and you as a Capricorn, as an earth sign, these two energies are quite harmonious to your sign. So it's a good time to set these intention to improve your sense of self, Capricorn. Now Pisces is your 3rd house, so Jupiter will be in your 3rd house, and Taurus is your 5th house, so Uranus is in there. So your 1st house, 3rd house and 5th house energies are harmoniously connected during these first few days of month of February. So your skills and capabilities, how you're communicating, how you're connecting, is quite harmoniously connected to your sense of self-image. So it's going to do you good. It's going to improve your communication, how you're connecting, and all this is going to lead to self-confidence, self-growth. And also Uranus in the fifth house is self-expression. It's about your creativity. It's about your hobbies, your talents, passion, whatever, all that thing, and your creative projects. So all these is going to get a sudden boost of energy, you know, sudden growth and all that. So definitely your fifth house, your creativity, your communication, and your sense of self-image is all aligning during these first few days, first week of February. And it's really good time to look for those new opportunities, new growth opportunities, and project yourself, you know, in an unconventional way, in renewed way, in a more, you know, hopeful, optimistic, future-oriented way. Capricorn. Now Mercury will conjunct Pluto in your first house on the 11th of February. Now Pluto is already transforming your sense of self for many years now. Now with Mercury conjuncting Pluto in your house of self, what's happening to you now, Capricorn, is any kind of superficial imagery, superficial projection mindset, you know, is not going to work for you anymore, or you're not inclined to use that kind of imagery for yourself for future growth. So you're definitely focused in transforming your sense of self, your attitude, your mannerism, your appearance, everything in a way that is more, you know, conducive to growth. It's more spiritual, it's transformative, it's change, and it's really even unconventional, and putting you forward in a more substantial way. You are coming across as, you know, the real deal rather than, you know, something superficial. So definitely Mercury conjunct Pluto is a major boost to this transformation process that is already going through your life for many years now. Now on the 14th of Feb, Mercury is going to shift out of Capricorn into the sign of Aquarius in your second house. So it's all about finances again. The spotlight is there again. So it's a good time to make financial plan because you want to increase your productivity, you want to increase you want to build resources basically. So this is time to look at your finances again, manage it well, you know, build your resources, whatever that might be. So really good time to think about these matters. Now on the 16th of February, Capricorn, there is a full moon in the sign of Leo in your 8th house, which is opposite to Aquarius in your second house. So there's a lot of, so there's Mercury in the second house and full moon occurring in your 8th house. So it's about shared resources and shared values. So you are definitely very, so something is coming to light, something related to your shared finances, how you share money with, you know, in intimate relationship and with close ties, or even business partnership. It can be, something is coming to fulfillment, something is coming to you know, light, something is culminating. So definitely there is a money angle in your life in month of February and going forward as well, Capricorn. Now Capricorn, on the 17th of February, there's a really lucky aspect occurring between Jupiter and Uranus. So Jupiter in Pisces is going to sextile Uranus in the sign of Taurus. So your third house and fifth house matter is very harmoniously connected during this 17th of February and around that time. So so what you can expect is your skills, capabilities, your communication, your how you're connecting with people, all that is yielding some kind of unexpected gain during this time. And this can be a new creative project, it could be financial as well, or just your sense of self is getting a boost because of, or you're signing a new contract, new job, new business deal, whatever that might be. So there's a harmonious connection with Jupiter and Uranus. So Jupiter is your optimism, good luck, fortune, and Uranus is this progressive, sudden kind of energy. So you could get some kind of good news in terms of your fifth house matter or third house matter. So it could be a new job, or, you know, the fifth house is to do with your creativity, creative project, love, romance, children, pregnancy, childbirth, and all that. So maybe something related to that can come about during this time. So definitely something to look out for. Now Mars and Venus in the sign of Capricorn in your first house is also going to form a very harmonious aspect with Neptune in the sign of Pisces in your third house towards the end of the last few days of the month of February. Now Neptune is about spirituality, intuition, it's about creativity, imagination, it's the dream world. So Neptune is in your third house for many years. So you're already using your intuition, inspiration to connect and communicate with people. Now with this harmonious aspect between Neptune and the Capricorn planets, your first house and third house is very harmoniously connected during this time. So your communication is coming from a very intuitive place, inspired, imaginative, creative place, and all this is improving your sense of self, your self-confidence, your expression, how you're projecting yourself, and all that is coming together in terms of growth and well-being for you, Capricorn. Now Capricorn, towards the end of the month, there is just one challenging aspect occurring, which is between Mercury in Aquarius and Uranus in the sign of Taurus. So Aquarius and Taurus are squaring signs, so planets in there square each other, and the square is kind of a challenging aspect, but it leads to growth if you're channeling your energy productively. So Aquarius is your second house, and Taurus is your fifth house matter. So your money matters and your need to have fun, recreational free time, and use your creativity, artistic self may have some kind of weighing down effect on your finances. So be mindful how you're spending money, and how it's good to enjoy and take a break, and indulge in those recreational fun activities with children. But it's also important to keep an eye on your finances so that you don't end up in a kind of financial crisis, or spend more than you need to or you want to, and realize later on that you could have budgeted and spent more carefully. So there would be an urge to free yourself in the financial matters, because Mercury in Aquarius, you're really thinking about financial freedom, because Aquarius is the freeing energy, second house is the money matter. So you definitely want to do something that frees you from working for somebody. Maybe you definitely want to increase your or have many income streams coming your way to to improve your finances, and you can use your skills and capabilities that you have developed over the years to generate more income. So Capricorn, overall in the month of February, you are definitely very much focused on your own sense of self, your self-image, how you're projecting yourself, and it's a good idea to do that, because there's so much Capricorn energy, planetary energies in your first house. And you're also coming across very magnetic, appealing, skillful, and really efficient and amicable as well during this time. So use this energy to stabilize yourself, your self-confidence, and build up resources as a result of your increased, enhanced sense of self, Capricorn. Aquarius, for you, the month of February 2022 is all about creating awareness about yourself, about your skills, capabilities, your talents, your passions. So focus on these energies in the month of February, Aquarius, and look at progressing yourself through creating more awareness about yourself to begin with. Now, the month of February begins with a new moon in Aquarius in your sign. So your sense of self is definitely getting reviewed and getting a new, a boost of fresh energy to start anew, basically. So how you're projecting yourself and appearance, the way you communicate, your mindset, your outlook, your priorities, your destiny, whatever the life path. So this is a chance to bring fresh energy in it, and do it on a more personal way rather than scattered and general way. Really look at your own needs and really look at your own motivations and desires, Aquarius, and bring some fresh energy in there. Now on the 3rd of February, Mercury is going to go direct in the sign of Capricorn, and Capricorn is your 12th house. So last month, January, was a bit kind of a difficult month because Mercury and Venus both were retrograde, and the other planetary energies were also a bit challenging. So for many of us, it was not particularly a growth inducing time, or it was kind of overwhelming and challenging time for many of us. But February is a different month, it's new energy and it's got a lot of potential. So Aquarius, there's a lot of focus on the 12th house matter for you during this month of February, because besides Mercury, there's also Venus and Mars in your 12th house. So it's all about your subconscious self, your unconscious behavior, your motivation, awareness, your healing, closures, and just getting rid of old habits, old patterns, and heal yourself, resolve matters, and move on to new refreshing energy with this new moon in Aquarius. So the focus this month is going to be a lot on getting rid of old habits, old patterns, self-deceiving and self-sabotaging pattern, Aquarius, because that's what 12th house deals with. So once you have rid yourself with old patterns and old mindset, then you can start anew, you can start afresh. replenish. Now with Mercury, Venus and Mars all in the 12th house, you're also very driven to create more awareness regarding your own motivations and what makes you click, how should you move forward. You can use this time as a prep time. It's a time to retreat and take a break as well. So while you are taking a break, you are retreating, you can, in quiet time, in your quiet hours, you can reflect on where you want to go, how you want to proceed now. So use this month to reflect and prep yourself basically to move forward when all these planets move in your sign in the month of March, when Venus and Mars moves in your sign of Aquarius. Now Mercury will move in the sign of Aquarius in the middle of the month, so you will already feel a little bit energized to make decisions and move forward. It's about reflection, creating awareness, getting rid of old habits, old mindset, and setting yourself on that future path of success, progress, whatever that might, creating a new self-image for yourself. Now Aquarius, in the first half of the month of February, Mars in the sign of Capricorn in your 12th house is going to make a very harmonious aspect with Jupiter and Uranus in your second house and fourth house. So Jupiter is in Pisces in your second house, and Taurus is your where Uranus is your fourth house. So you are definitely looking at your money matters and your home matters during this time. It's a good time to look at ways how you can stabilize yourself, your home environment, your financial matters, and bring more blessings and fortune and growth in your financial matters and home matters. Now all this can happen through a deep reflection, through introspection, and seeing what habits you can release within yourself, anything that's limiting you, restricting you, your growth, your financial growth, inner contentment, your emotional foundation, whatever you receive from the nurturance that you receive from home, or the nurturance that you give in your home environment. So all these can be released if you reflect on anything that's limiting you to achieve the growth in these finances and home environment. Now just before Mercury moves in the sign of Aquarius on the 14th of February, it's going to form a conjunction with Pluto in your 12th house on the 11th of February. So Mercury with Pluto in your 12th house, you may come across some kind of situation that that feels it's beyond your control. So this is a good time to use your logic, reasoning, and really look at what's restricting you, what is not helping you make that decision, because it's going to be like a transformative time, definitely, because Pluto is a transformative energy, and in your 12th house it's already changing your mindset around your spirituality, around your subconscious, your motivations, your awareness, all that is going through a change. So definitely this Mercury with Pluto in your 12th house is going to create more awareness, and as a result transform your mindset, your outlook, and just how you heal yourself, Aquarius. So it's a very healing time for you. Now when Mercury moves in the sign of Aquarius in your first house, it's time to voice your opinion, express yourself, project yourself the way you want to, in a progressive, growth oriented way, the way you want to go forward. Whatever your future plans are, your goals and ambitions, all can get a forward motion for you. And in the month of March, when Venus and Mars moves in your sign as well, you'll feel a little bit more ambitious about your goals and ambition. Now on the 16th of February, there's a full moon occurring in the sign of Leo in your 7th house, because your Aquarius, so Leo is your opposite sign. So when a full moon occurs in your 7th house, there's some kind of realization, culmination, fulfillment coming in regarding your relationship. So you may lead from a more of a sensitive kind of place. You may be listening to the other person more, or trying to adjust your perspective around your relationship and redefining it as well, so that you can have that relationship with other people that you're seeking, and you're listening to other people, their viewpoint and perspective as well during this time, rather than just leading from your own how you see things, Aquarius. Now moving on from the full moon, there is a very harmonious aspect occurring between Jupiter and Uranus, a sextiling aspect on the 17th of February. Now Jupiter is your second house, and Taurus is your fourth house. So second house, money aspect and home aspect. So there's some kind of benefit coming your way regarding your financial matter, which is going to give you inner contentment, emotional security and stability during this time. So definitely some kind of luck factor, expansive, optimistic energy in your financial matters coming, which is going to increase your sense of self-worth, enhance your sense of self-worth, and is going to also bring progress, growth, freedom in your home environment and your own emotional, stability, how you see yourself, what is your own nourishment, nurturance, how you nurture yourself. All that is going to go through some kind of growth due to some kind of good energy, good growth coming in your financial matters, Aquarius. Now towards the end of the month of February, the last few days like 23rd and 24th of February, Mars in the sign of Capricorn and Venus in the sign of Capricorn is going to make a very harmonious aspect with Neptune in the sign of Pisces, your second house. So your 12th house and second house energies are very much harmoniously aligned during these last few days of February. Now 12th house is your subconscious, Aquarius, and second house is your money matters. And Neptune has this spiritual energy to it. It's so you will come to some kind of realization, some kind of awareness that will make you a little bit more spiritual regarding money matters. Your psychological motivations and your impulses will go through some kind of transformation, Aquarius, because you are seeing the value of money differently. It's not only about what you can buy out of it, but how you can nourish yourself, how you can project yourself, and how you can really be useful and be more spiritual about money during this time. And there is some kind of transformation definitely occurring because Pluto is in your 12th house, which is bringing a transformation, and with Neptune in your second house, there is a spiritual aspect, transformative aspect definitely between your money matters and your subconscious self. So you can become you can value money differently and become more spiritual about money matters, Aquarius. Or it could also mean that you're working behind the scenes to improve your financial well-being, because 12th house is about working behind the scene. It's a private space, so you're working privately on maybe some project or something that will yield you a financial growth in times to come. So that could be energy as well with the second house and 12th house matter. So whatever it is, Aquarius, it's a good idea just not to put your personal worth, your personal value on the amount of money you have in your bank. So definitely become a little bit more spiritual about money and use it as a means to an end, but not as the end all and be all of your existence. So definitely it's a transformative spiritual time for you where money matters and your subconscious self is concerned, Aquarius. Now Aquarius, to end the month of February, there is a square aspect occurring between Mercury and Uranus on the 24th of Feb. So Mercury in Aquarius is your first house and Uranus is in your fourth house. So some kind of disruption can come about due to family matters or home environment in your sense of self-image or your destiny, what you're trying to achieve. There could be some kind of challenges to overcome during this time. So just be a little bit more creative and see things from a more mindful, spiritual and calm place, so that you can find resolution if there does arise any conflict or confrontation in your self or in your just in your home environment. So definitely look at things from a more sensitive and compassionate place, because it is Pisces season, so it's all about releasing old stuck habit, moving on to a new energy through sensitivity and compassion towards yourself and others, Aquarius. Pisces, for you, the month of February 2022 is all about healing. It's about closure, getting rid of old habits in order to grow. And it's time to be ready to learn and see things differently in order to bring that growth and progress in your life, Pisces. Because the month begins with a new moon in the sign of Aquarius. And Aquarius is your 12th house. It's the behind the scene house. So a new moon occurring in there is bringing in a new energy in terms of how you see yourself, your own self-awareness, and how you see other situation, other people as well in your life. and your subconscious self, your spirituality, how your unconscious behavior and all that, and also bring healing by finding resolution to old patterns, old habits, or just any kind of energy that is keeping you stuck and not helping you grow. So it's definitely time to release any stuck energies and look at things differently and grow as a result of that. Also, it's a house of taking a break. It's a house of, rejuvenating yourself, recharging your spiritual batteries, physical batteries, all that. So definitely time to reflect, introspect into your motivations, create awareness, and get rid of any old patterns. And you might have to have some kind of closure with people close to you, or whoever that might be in your life, that is restricting your own growth, that is restricting your spiritual growth, Pisces. So definitely have a look at that. Now on the 3rd of February, Mercury is going to go direct in the sign of Capricorn, which is your 11th house. So your social circle, your collaboration, big organization, the causes that you're attached to, your hopes and wishes, all that gets a forward motion. So you're definitely, all these things are on your mind. So it's a time to reconnect with these people and really communicate, connect, and look at them in a different perspective. So any collaboration or group activity or teamwork that you're associated with, it's time to bring in these new energies in your life, learn from them, look at their perspective, where they are coming from, have new experiences, new encounters through connecting with more people in your social circle, or even a new social circle, Pisces. Now Mars and Venus is also in the sign of Capricorn along with Mercury in the first 2 weeks, because then Mercury moves in the sign of Aquarius in the middle of the month. So until then, there is a Mercury, Venus, and Mars energy in the sign of Capricorn in your 11th house. So you're very ambitious and driven to connect with people, to create that social abundance, to connect and grow as a result of collaboration, and the causes that you're part of, the organization that you work for, any kind of professional gains. You're definitely very driven to have all these things in your life. And this Mars in the sign of Capricorn is going to form a very harmonious aspect with Jupiter and Uranus, both the planets. So Jupiter is in the sign of Pisces in your first house, which is already bringing so much blessing, fortunate energy, and optimism in your life. Because when Jupiter hits the first house, it's absolutely a great time to grow and enhance yourself, your sense of self-image. Now with this harmonious aspect with Mars in your 11th house, your collaboration, the people you connect with for professional gains is also going through a change, is going through a transformation, and is bringing really healthy energy, really harmonious growth inducing energy, and really lucky energy. So definitely your sense of self is going to get a boost through the people you connect with. Now Mars in the sign of Capricorn in your 11th house is also going to form a very harmonious aspect with Uranus in your 3rd house in Taurus. So 3rd house and 11th house are the houses of connecting with people. One is more on your local community level, people around you, and 11th house is more on a bigger, larger social world level as well. So this could be something you're doing on social media. Maybe you're connecting with people and influencing people, using your skills and capability to connect with people, or influencing a mass of people, large number of people through how you're communicating, what you're speaking, how you're projecting yourself. So Pisces, this is a great time to get your message out to a wider crowd, and really connect with like-minded people and any causes that you really feel passionate about. So definitely a great time. And this Uranus in your 3rd house along with North Node is also moving through your 3rd house. So you would definitely feel a sense of purpose as well to speak out and grow in terms of how you connect with people, what you say, voice your opinion, perspective about whatever causes you're passionate about, Pisces. Now on the 11th of February, Mercury is going to conjunct Pluto in your 11th house. So Pluto in your 11th house is already transforming your whole mindset around people, working with people, collaborating with people in a group setup, your social setting, all that is going through a transformation. And now with Mercury here, anything that is old or limiting or is boring or mundane is not going to appeal to you anymore. So you definitely want some new refreshing energy in your social circle, in your collaboration and all that. So definitely a great time to bring more intense mental activity in your 11th house matter, connect with new people, new encounters, open yourself, and really bring in these refreshing social and collaborative energy in your life during this time. Now on the 14th of February, Mercury is going to move out of the Capricorn and into the sign of Aquarius, which is your 12th house, Pisces. Now when Mercury enters Aquarius in your 12th house, your mental agility, your mindset, your mental prowess, your intellectual ability is gone in a place which is behind the scene. So it can lead to confusion, it can lead to delusion as well. So it's very important to not further your interest or any kind of skills capability too much. Don't push it around this time. Just just work on it behind the scene, and just look at any connections you're making or any kind of business dealing or anything that you sign. You just just wait for it or think over it, introspect before you make a decision. So Mercury in 12th house can definitely create a confusion around communication. Whatever you're trying to communicate may not come across clearly. So definitely a time to introspect, reflect on your messages. Now in the middle of the month, on the 16th of February, there's a full moon occurring in the sign of Leo in your 6th house. So 6th house is about your work and health. So there's some kind of resolution or culmination or fulfillment or some kind of reward coming in your work or health matters. So maybe you started a health regime or a work, some kind of project, and it's coming to a culmination. So definitely it's a time to readjust as well. So if in case what you were hoping for, you did not achieve that, it's time to readjust your plan and work on it again to achieve the desired goal. Now Pisces, on the 17th of February, there's a very harmonious aspect occurring between Jupiter and Uranus. Jupiter is in Pisces in your 1st house, and Uranus is in Taurus in your 3rd house. So 1st house and 3rd house, so your sense of self and your communication style, how you're expressing yourself, all is very harmoniously linked on the 17th of February. So you can expect some kind of new opportunities coming your way or new connections coming your way, especially through how you are connecting, how you're communicating, how you're expressing yourself, or through your skills and capabilities. So all these things is going to really make you feel more optimistic, hopeful, and you will it will enhance your sense of self as well, Pisces. So definitely a great time to focus on your skills and capabilities to improve your self-confidence and express yourself more freely during this time. Now towards the end of the month of February, around 23rd and 24th of February, Mars and Venus, both in the sign of Capricorn, is going to form a very harmonious aspect with Neptune in the sign of Pisces. So Pisces is your 1st house, of course, and Capricorn is your 11th house. So again, your social circle and your sense of self. So you will feel a little bit more sensitive in terms of dealing with people, because Neptune is this sensitive, compassionate, spiritual energy, but it can also lead to confusion and delusion. So it's very important to look at your social circle and lead from a place of sensitivity and patience when you're dealing with people. And this Neptune energy is going to make you calm, patient, and soften you as well. Most definitely when you're dealing with people, you'll have more patience, definitely. So this is a great time for spiritual upliftment, spiritual advancement in your sense of self. You do come across as very sensitive and very compassionate, being a Pisces sign. So most definitely this is a time to connect with your social group, and you are very driven as well to connect with your social group, because Mars and Venus is a very passionate and driven energy. So you are definitely, in the month of February, you definitely want to connect, collaborate, with people, get involved in group activities, new group activities, projects, teamwork, new organization for professional gains, and to make your hopes and wishes come true. So you're definitely very much focused on your 11th house matter, and with these planetary energies helping you communicate and project yourself better in a social group, you will only end up gaining, Pisces, during this month. Now, right at the end of the month of February, on the 24th, there's a square occurring between Mercury in Aquarius and Uranus in Taurus. So Aquarius is your 12th house, and Uranus in Taurus is your 3rd house. So there could be some kind of challenges in terms of how you're communicating. There could be some kind of confusion, or the message you're trying to put across may not come out clearly. So the message you're trying to give out may not be received in a clear way. There could be some kind of confusion around it. So it's a time to watch out how you're communicating with people, and lead from a place of reflection and self-awareness, and introspect on your message before giving it out to whomever you're giving it out to. So just be mindful of any kind of mental distortion or assumption, assuming something and speaking it out without doing the homework or looking at the facts. So definitely it's a good idea to look at your message, what you're trying to say, and reflect before you speak it out, Pisces. So overall, Pisces, definitely a great time to heal yourself, and through closure and getting rid of old habits, old patterns, and be ready to learn, and as a result grow during this month, because through connection, communication, networking, collaboration, that's the way you will grow. And just be mindful of your messages that you're putting across. Do reflect on it, create some awareness around your message, and before you give it out. So definitely a great month for taking a break and healing, Pisces. Thank you for watching my February 2022 monthly forecast, astrological reading. The month of February is going to be better. It has a lot of potential, more than what January was. So definitely you can use the planetary energies available to live more consciously. So thank you very much for watching, and have a lovely day.